you may have prepared for each of these social issues individually. What I'd like to do is to think of them as a group. And there are a number of social issues that have divided the country for at least the last 25 years, and that have been emblematic of our movement into red and blue states. Some of these include the role of the Second Amendment and the right of citizens to bear firearms, the manner in which immigration will be regulated in the 21st century, the civil rights of all Americans, regardless of their ethnicity or gender, their religious beliefs, or sexual orientation. How does your candidate propose to approach these divisive issues and the right of Americans to privacy, period? And where do these issues rank in importance for the next 25 years for your candidate?
As far as John McCain, his views on the Second Amendment, for more than 2 decades, he's opposed efforts to ban guns, ban ammunition and magazines, and dismiss gun owners as some kind of fringe group. He championed the Supreme Court's decision, D.C. versus Heller, a landmark case which lifted the gun ban in the D.C. area. He wants Americans to be able to have the right to bear arms. The thing is, he doesn't want the government to control the right to bear arms. He says, he said we have a responsibility to ensure that criminals who violate the law are prosecuted to the fullest, rather than restricting the rights of law-abiding citizens.
And as we're grouping these social issues into one conversation, I'd also like to bring up the topic of abortion. Something that I'm sure all of you are familiar with. John McCain is 100% always voted pro-life. He believes every fetus from the moment of conception is a life, and it has the right to live the life that we've all had the right to live as well. John McCain has been quoted as saying, abortion is a human tragedy. A couple things with that. He doesn't think courts should legislate from the bench. It should be up to the states, but John McCain fully supports adoption. John McCain has an adopted daughter, for those of you that weren't aware of that. And he fully believes that adoption is the #1 option for families in America. If you guys know anybody that's ever tried to adopt a child, almost all of them have to go overseas, and it takes years. If parents in America were more willing to, if they weren't able to take care of their baby, or if they were not willing to be responsible for it, put it up for adoption. There's thousands of families that spend years and spend thousands of dollars to have a child. And for that to be taken for granted, I think is an atrocity.
And while we're on the subject of lumping social issues together, one last issue I'll talk about is the issue of immigration. As many of you are aware, John McCain proposed a comprehensive immigration reform last year that was considered controversial, even by many members of his own party. Well, his proposal for immigration, if he's elected president, kind of steps back from the debate over comprehensive immigration. Why? Because before we can do anything to address immigration reform with illegal immigrants who are already in the country, we must first secure our borders. And in the past, this proposal failed because there was no benchmark to where the federal government could have credibility to answer the question of when will we have secured our borders. Well, for this, during a McCain administration, the benchmark we'll have to tell when we've secured our borders is when each state governor has certified that their respective borders are secured.
As you know, Obama is pro-choice. He believes in the right of the mother to choose what she does with her body. In several of the bills that he has voted for, they have included the right of the mother to choose whether or not she wants to keep that child, and also it has a clause about the health of the mother. Now, I know John McCain made a big ruckus over the health of the mother during our last debate, during the last presidential debate, but that's a big deal. If the mother is in such bad straits that she has to choose between her own life and the baby's life, I think that's a choice she should be able to make. Now, Senator Obama is, of course, for reducing the number of unwanted pregnancies. He believes in our choice to choose what we do with our bodies, but he thinks that we can reduce the number of unwanted babies that are born in this country.
On the issue of the Second Amendment, Barack Obama supports instant criminal background checks on people purchasing guns, and he believes that the law should apply to gun sales and gun shows. He also calls for permanently reinstating assault weapons ban on the Second Amendment.